Hello, it's me, Burbingish, and today I'm going to be talking about balance changes, in my opinion, should happen to Thundercall. Even though Thundercall may not be the most unbalanced attunement in the game, it's not exactly the most the most balanced either. Subscribe if you want to see my videos on the other attunement, and let's start with Lightning Blade. Lightning Blade right now is somewhat balanced after the damage nerf of it, where it went from doing a comical amount of your HP to doing just a regular amount. So the only thing I can really complain about is how hard it is to read the Magnet Spark variant. Right now, even if you're the one using Lightning Blade, you don't even know if the Magnet Spark is going to connect. And if you're the one getting hit by Lightning Blade, you don't even know if they have the Magnet Spark on the mantra to begin with. My proposal is to add like a little line like static link. Whenever you use Lightning Blade, if you have Magnet Spark on it, there'll be like a little static link connecting from your body to your opponent's head if they're in range. The reason it connects to the head is to differentiate from static link. Static link forms between both of you guys' torsos, in case you didn't know. It's like after you flourish them. Or they could just make the line look different from it. Either works. For the second Thundercall change, I think would be healthy for the game. They should make it so that Bolt Piercer has like a little indicator of where it's gonna land. Like you see like the little symbol that shows up whenever you shoot the Bolt Piercer into like the sky. It should show up where the Bolt Piercer is going to land right above the ground. With the new change allowing it to actually be parried, at least give us some sort of warning before we have to parry it. Either that or just rework Bolt Piercer. Right now all people really use it for is to jump random fishermen. Like just sitting around at vigils. Alright, for this third one, it should be pretty self-explanatory. Reduce lightning impact particles. Watching someone use this move is like getting hit with flame blind right now. A crap ton of yellow squares is not very good for people's computer performance and is not very good for visibility. Alright, for this fourth change, I know this is going to be crazy, right? But how about we make Electrocarve not absolute garbage instead of just demoting it to like a 0-star mantra? Right now, Electrocarve is giving your opponent an open invitation to beat the hell out of you. When you use the move, you get frozen in place and you can't even like turn your camera to move it around. If you whiff the move, the opponent just starts playing like the punching bag mode in Smash Bros, where they have like 3 or so seconds to put as much damage into you as possible. The only change this move really needs is for it to be more like Wind Carve, where it moves with you and does not lock you in place. You know, like how you can just move very slowly with Wind Carve. It'll be much better for when your opponent is trying to like walk behind you and try and like hit you with an Astral Wind or some high damage move. Alright, this one, I really want this to be added to the game. Give Lightning Stream Blast Spark variant an actual wind up. You're telling me that this move that has a 0.2 second wind up does half a bar to my 480 HP build. The little animation where the Thundercall user like looks at his hands and like a little bit of lightning comes out of it and then like the animation start, it's not good enough of an indicator that I'm about to get hit with like 60 damage. Either remove the dumb vibrant gem scaling or give it a wind up. This also goes for shadow users too. You don't think that you can get away with your massive AoE in front of you, like giant shadow gun, with like barely any animation at all. Like you put your finger forward, it doesn't even have like fancy stuff around it. Like with wind gun, at least you have like a bright green swirl around that you could tell that wind gun is about to happen. But no, shadow gun, you can use it from so far away and you can barely see it. It's just not balanced. Alright, for the sixth change, for Stormblade with Tornado Spark, instead of just trapping the player if they walk into the wall, make it so that it pushes the player out. So instead of getting infinite comboed by a dumb fence, you actually get pushed away from it. If this does get added, add a Reversal Spark variant, where if they walk into the wall, it pulls them back into the arena, so that it isn't just so easy to just just step outside. This change will probably be both a nerf and a buff to Stormblade. Buff being that, well, the arena thing actually keeps people in like it's supposed to, and the nerf being that you can no longer just combo people in a fence while they're stunned. Alright, for number 7, this is adding on to the Stormblade changes. They should give us talents that buffs us when we're inside of the Stormblade Tornado Spark variant. For example, a talent that gives you a speed boost inside the arena, a talent that reduces ether cost inside the arena. Stuff that's nice to have but doesn't really like do anything game changing. Maybe these talents will be only obtainable after you modify Stormblade, so people who use like just a regular forward Stormblade doesn't get useless cards in their hand. Because right now the Tornado Spark variant is just a neat way to stop runners and doesn't actually have any buffs if your opponent actually fights you, you know, like a regular player would. Alright, for number 8, this change is not really something that's like for PvP. It's just a nice way to prevent like, you know, scamming in the community. But make it so that when you spark swap, you have like a cooldown on picking up items for like 30 seconds. I haven't ever got scammed in Deepwoken because I don't trade. But seeing people get scammed in Deepwoken, like my friends and stuff, still isn't fun. Plus, if you were to justify scamming in Deepwoken because it's a hardcore game or something, spark swap is a very cheap way to do it. There's barely like any skill or deception involved, and they get like an easy enchant. If you're gonna scam, at least put some effort into scamming, bro. For number 9, this one should be pretty straightforward. Could we nerf the stun on Thundercall? This is probably the most complained about like thing inside of the entire attunement. You basically get true comboed by this attunement because of how it slows you, and it easily procs a weak block for some reason. Thundercall feels more like a combo attunement than Gale Breath, the attunement meant to be a combo attunement. It doesn't really make all that sense why Thundercall has so much stun. It's like it already has insane mobility and it could catch up to runners practically for free. And lastly, we have number 10. Why is it a viable strategy with Lightning Cloak, where you just hit once and then run away every time your opponent swings? Like they would do it how like a no clipper fly through walls and time their hits and fly off again. But well, I mean, obviously on a lower scale they don't fly through walls. I don't know what the devs can do to like fix this problem without changing Lightning Cloak too much. But all I know is that running away from your opponent's swing should not be this effective. Personally, I haven't used Lightning Cloak before because I never got it. So if you guys want to tell me whether it's balanced or not, I'll be glad to hear it. Alright, and that's my list for stuff Thundercall should have changed about it. If you think, wow, this guy's opinions suck, and want to correct me in the comments, or if you have something to add on to the list, you could do that. And other than that, that's about it for this video.